I was in a room with Nintendo and the Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom for an hour and a half. Here's what I learned. It feels very much like a Tears of the Kingdom game, but in the style of the recent Link's Awakening remake. I started out playing in a dungeon and had to learn a couple of different echoes in order to sneak past the guards. Each echo has an individual cost of triangles, so the amount of triangles that are following around your little flying friend is the limit to the amount of echoes that you can summon. As soon as you surpass that limit, your echoes will disappear in the order that they were summoned. You can learn new echoes by approaching objects that are glowing or have sparkles around them. And if you want to create echoes of your enemies, you will first have to defeat them. Each new echo you learn has its own uses and different abilities, and I was constantly checking my inventory to read their descriptions and find out how they could be useful to me. While I had a lot of fun using a bunch of different echoes to solve different puzzles and trying to figure out the different ways that I could do it, I do worry a little bit about people getting tired of constantly having to summon objects in order to solve the puzzles in the rooms that they're in. However, on the subject of getting tired or burnt out, I did really appreciate the fact that the game is constantly switching between the top-down perspective and a 2D side-scrolling style. It helped keep things feeling fresh. That, on top of the bind and reverse bind abilities that allow you to either follow a bound object or have a bound object follow you, and the addition of the sword ability, which allows you to basically become a sort of ghost Link for a limited amount of time, definitely make the game really interesting and kept me engaged during the entire demo. I ended up fighting Link, or an evil possessed version of him anyway, so there is definitely an interesting story there. We also saw a familiar face in Impa from Breath of the Wild, and in addition to that, I got to participate in a Talus boss fight that seemed very reminiscent of some of the bosses in Tears of the Kingdom. I also noticed in my playthrough that there are some additional pieces of equipment you can find that will give you various boosts. There was only one item available in my demo, but there are sure to be more out there. Also, if you're curious, the bed seems to be the most popular echo, since it has a low cost and is multifunctional as a half step, a 2-wide block for staircasing, and also allows you to sleep and recover health when there are no enemies nearby. Ask me your questions in the comments and I will let you know if I have an answer. In the meantime, you can click on this video to find 51 fantastic couch co-op games for the Nintendo Switch. Can't wait to see you guys over there. Love ya, y'all are awesome.